Your privacy is being studied, monetized, and sold. Data collection has become so sophisticated that NGOs are now using AI algorithms that can accurately predict or even interfere with election outcomes.
Do you really have a file on every voter in this country? Yeah. Yes. And if you just pick one at random, how much would it say about an individual?
Literally, you could look and you could look into thousands of characteristics.
Thanks to advances in data analysis and digital communications, it's now becoming possible for political leaders to capture the expressions of all American minds.
So where does the house-by-house data come from? An amazing range of sources, among them supermarket and credit card transactions, and what people watch on TV. Data analysis was pioneered in the two triumphant Obama campaigns. They even boasted they knew the names of all 69 million people who voted for Obama.
We had 12 people on our data team in 2008. We had 165 in 2012.
Wow.
We ended up using all that data to change the way we dealt with voters.
So depending on what personality type you have, we can take messaging on a particular policy or issue and then tweak it.
So these tech companies have our live-time location tracking data, as well as access to live cell phone ping geolocation tracking data, as well as all of our social media posts, and including our private conversations that we have in proximity to our smart devices. Imagine what they could do with all of that data on, say, election night. They could have a common operational picture of who's already voted at early voting, who is likely to vote a certain way and who's not likely to vote another way. In fact, by midnight, they would know whose ballots need to be stuffed into which box in order to get them the election outcome they so desire.
It's nearly impossible to distinguish between consumer products and surveillance equipment.
It's really easy to forget that normal household items are spying on you.
Look at all these products. Can you see a single microphone or camera? There is an entire economy for spy footage of people. Couples being intimate, people going to the bathroom. For many people, this is much more than just perversion. This is a business.
We ourselves use Atlas VPN to protect our data online. Atlas VPN is more than just any other VPN. It blocks all malicious links, ads, and trackers, and notifies you when someone is trying to spy on or steal your data. If you want to grab Atlas VPN, they have a great deal going on right now for just $1.83 a month and 3 months extra for free. We've provided a link in the description you can use to grab this deal. Try it out with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Not only does it protect your data, it also keeps your searches completely private. Also, protect unlimited devices at once. No limits are set. One subscription only for the best price. That's why we use Atlas. Oh, did we forget to mention it saves you a lot of money booking online? It's that easy. Grab Atlas VPN using the link in the description and secure your data today.
Do you remember when Facebook was all about family and friends? Little did we know that would all turn out to be a nightmare.
In 2015, Matt Drudge made a rare and unannounced appearance on The Alex Jones Show, warning about social media and how mass internet censorship was on the horizon.
I'm not on Facebook. I don't do the socials. I've got that little Twitter thing. Even that's kind of disgusting. You know, I've been doing the internet as long as you've been doing this radio show, Alex. I was there before Facebook. I was there before CNN.com. I was there before mostly all of them. I have a very clear perception what the internet is. There's a lot of corporate makeover of the internet that I have not adapted to. I need no traffic from Google or Bing or Yahoo or any of these others. It's always been that way. Now, if you think of that setup, how rare that is, because everybody's so hungry for referrals. This whole social media stuff is bogus. Make your own playground. The internet allows you to make your own dynamic, your own universe. Why are you gravitating towards somebody else's? Stop operating in their playground. Stop it.
We were warned not to be corralled into their platforms, that we needed to make our own digital space. But instead, we kept feeding their machine, giving it more and more of our data. We knew they could censor us, but we didn't care. We could just keep making new profiles, bouncing from platform to platform, hide behind anonymity, and turn it into a game of whack-a-mole. It quickly became apparent social media companies prioritized profit over people.
To be honest, the tech companies have claimed they've been doing some prevention of upload, that they've been doing different artificial intelligence mechanisms, but we're trying to really just get at the data and actually see what is actually still happening on the platform. As the study shows, there's still a lot of work to be done.
They took this new technology designed to target and child exploitation and turned it around to target their own political opponents instead.
Twitter had a lot of child, and a lot of people will be like, oh, maybe they were accounts or pictures. No, they're videos. And in this article that I published, right, back on March 6, 2020, I had put screenshots, obviously obfuscating the identity of the children. After I published that article, my account on Twitter was banned.
The same technology that we developed to counter can be used to counter extremism, hate, and lots of other things. It is agnostic as to what it looks for. And so we have developed this very powerful technology that is capable of making these platforms safer.
Implementing a new form of social control, cancel culture. In 2018, big tech demonstrated a never-before-seen capability. It wasn't just social media, it was payment processors too.
And they're now taking away your payment system as well, is that correct? There were six payment platforms.
And I take it back.
Tech companies simultaneously in coordination deleted a single person.
And they're planning to roll that out against other conservatives where they put a terror mark on you.
And it wasn't just Alex Jones.
I have been banned by Uber, I've been banned by Lyft, I've been temporarily banned by Facebook, Venmo, PayPal. 90% of my income came through PayPal. I've been banned on GoFundMe.
Others were getting canceled too. At the time, the media pretended that cancel culture was a myth.
So the problem with cancel culture is the same as the problem with the Loch Ness Monster, the boogeyman, any other thing that doesn't exist, because cancel culture does not actually exist.
Not only were we watching big tech demonstrate their ability to unilaterally marginalize someone, but worse, it appeared the whole thing was designed to do just that.
In an instant, you can be canceled. It's a fate that comes with personal and financial cost.
There are 8 steps towards internet blacklisting, designed to maintain information dominance and social control.
You won't mind if I take a look at your online social media posts?
Why?
It's just something we do as a matter of course nowadays. It gives us extra insight into whoever we're bringing on board.
These steps are purposefully executed with vagueness and ambiguity as to make one question their own judgment. The first step is shadow banning.
For anyone who is not in the mix with the angry side of social media, this whole concept must sound bizarre, but there is a real thing called shadow banning. An admin could make it so no one else will see that user's future posts. It's like turning the user into a ghost.
The second step is permanent suspension or restricted from being on certain websites or platforms.
The tech giant Facebook announced today individuals will be banned for spreading on both Facebook and Instagram.
Off you go.
The third step is permanent suspension or restriction from online payment services.
PayPal has shut down the account of the Free Speech Union, as well as the account of its founder, Toby Young.
Goodbye.
The fourth step is permanent restriction from web hosting networks.
Frankly, when you manage the DNS of the domain name space of the address of somebody, you can take them offline. So in many cases, when we don't host the website and we do host the domain, and we have 71 million domains, 17 million customers, that will take it down.
The fifth step, exclusion from browser search results.
I want to remind you, this is not what free speech is, because Google is not a government yet, and neither is GoDaddy. So these are private businesses. If they don't want to work with you, they don't have to work with you.
The sixth step is when an internet service provider restricts access to restricted content.
I am not shedding a tear that content isn't online anymore. But one of my fellow employees came up to me the day that we took it offline and said, hey, is this the day the internet dies?
There was no due process. You woke up one morning and you said, this is bad and I'm going to do something about it.
The seventh step is when individuals are restricted from electronic devices.
So here's what Apple is doing specifically in terms of actions in response, pausing all product sales in Russia. Also, Apple said last week we stopped all exports into our sales channel into the country. Apple Pay and other services have been limited. Russia Today News and Sputnik News are no longer available for download on the App Store outside of Russia. And Apple says it has disabled both traffic and live incidents in Apple Maps in Ukraine.
The eighth and final step is anyone who attempts or gives unauthorized access to restricted individuals is subject to punishment.
Constantly monitored by facial recognition cameras that are able to instantly put a face to a name, given a mark out of a possible 950 points. A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights. The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens.
It's only right to pay your debts. You have to blacklist those that don't.
Among them is this journalist, Liu Hu. He got a little too close to uncovering corruption among high-profile party members. He was blacklisted. He only realized when he tried to buy a train ticket and was told he was banned from traveling.
My parents were actually banned from Airbnb yesterday for being related to me. I was banned from the site 3 years ago for my political activism, and I just got a notification that their booking had been canceled, and it was due to being closely associated with someone who is not allowed on the site.